Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Kylum, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. And I did say in the previous episode, at the end of it, that I was going to farm out a couple extra carbon bangles so that Aerith, Tifa, and Red 13 can have them as well. And what I didn't realize is that this point in time, since we had already been captured and, the Genova experiment has been broken out, you don't run into the Moth Slashers or Soldier Thirds anymore in order to steal a hard edge. So I actually ended up having to reload my game from... Let's see, where is it? I had to reload my save from the ending of Episode 6 and redo pretty much everything in the entirety of Episode 7. As of now, though, I've got more gil because I ran into a couple more fights in order to get the extra 3 carbon bangles, and I did make sure to also have the hard edge on Cloud. And we had also gotten a talisman that I'm going to give to Aerith. It increases her magic defense. We had gotten that for defeating the boss in the previous episode. And that is about it. Other than that, I tried to keep everything identical. I do have more gil. That's inconsequential. You can always fight more enemies to get more of that anyway. And now we are going to proceed forward. And all we have to do is just follow the... Looks like it leads up. All we have to do is just follow the bloodstains and the damage. And these are the enemies that we can come across. Now, ooh. I want to steal from that one. Ooh, I didn't miss that time. Ah, Aerith is poisoned. Don't matter none. We're just gonna have fire on everything. Nice. And the music is ultra creepy, and that just sounds so weird. Tifa, you can hit that. I don't think we need to use Cure just yet. Healing Wind. Okay, so the dog one is gone. I'm doing this mostly just to heal up Aerith. Fire. Aerith is now asleep. And I'm just gonna have Cloud take care of this guy. There we go. He does such good damage now that he has the hard edge. Tifa needs a new weapon now. And Cloud is now level 15. Open this door, go up to floor 68. And we can still run into random encounters up on this floor. I don't think we need to save, so I'm not going to. We need to go see... Oh, never mind, another random encounter. What have we got here? These guys. Stealing from these guys is actually kind of easy. Fire. I'll have Cloud try to steal, and then I'll have Tifa do the other fire. And that should be it. Get tranquilizers. Yep. Easy as 1, 2, 3. 1 fire. Or 2 fires. 1 steal. And Tifa's now level 14. Get Phoenix Downs. I do remember... wanted to sort that, because when I had equipped the last carbon bangle, there was just like an empty slot in between the mithril armlets and the 4 slots, so... yeah. And, uh-oh, President Shinra's dead. He's got a long sword sticking out his back. He's dead. The head of Shinra is dead. Then this sword must be Sephiroth's. Is Sephiroth alive? Looks like it. Only Sephiroth can use that sword. Who cares who did it? This is the end of the Shinra. Hey, old man Palmer, you annoying little turd, what you doing? Oh, please, don't kill me. What happened? Sephiroth came. Did you see him? Did you see Sephiroth? Yeah, I saw him with my own eyes. You really saw him? Would I lie at a time like this? I heard his voice, too. He said something about not letting us have the Promised Land. Then does that mean the Promised Land really does exist and that Sephiroth's here to save it from Shinra? So he's a good guy then? Save the Promised Land? A good guy? No way. It's not that simple. I know him. Sephiroth's mission is different. Rufus! Fuck, I forgot about him. Who's that? Vice President Rufus, the president's son. So Sephiroth was actually here, by the way. Just who are you guys? I'm Cloud, ex-soldier, first class. I'm from Avalanche. Me too. A flower girl from the slums. A research specimen. What a crew. Well, I'm Rufus, the president of Shinra Incorporated. You're only president because your old man died. Correct. I'll let you hear my inauguration speech. Father tried to control the world with money, and that worked for him. The people believed that Shinra would protect them. Work at Shinra, get your pay. If terrorists attack, the Shinra army will help you. It looked perfect on the outside. But I do things differently. I'll control the world with fear. It's too much to do it like my old man. A little fear will control the minds of the common people. There's no reason to waste good money on them. He likes to make speeches just like his father. Get Aerith out of the building. What? I'll explain later. Barrett, this is the real crisis for the planet. The hell's that supposed to mean? I'll explain later. Just take my word for now. I'll go after I take care of him. Alright, Cloud. Cloud, I just thought of something. What'd you think of? I'll wait for Cloud. Everyone get to the elevator. It's gonna get pretty ugly from here on. We should check on our equipment. Cloud and Tifa's materia. Yes, we want to remove that. And now we need to equip... Okay. So Aerith is going to get... I'm going to give Restore All to Barrett, and then I'm going to give Aerith Poison and Elemental on her armor, and then I'm just going to give her a Fire. And then Red, I'm going to give Ice and Fire. I'm also going to give Aerith Lightning. And then Barrett... I actually want Red to have cover. And that should be it for him. For all of this. Okay, let's do this. We want to go this way. And we have a boss fight. As soon as you interact with it, we get a double boss fight, actually. He's gonna shoot out the window. And then everybody here is actually able to do long range thanks to me putting magic on everybody. Barrett can hit physically. Dang, he hits hard. Bolt. He can cause debuffs, I do believe, which is why I put the elemental poison on Aerith. Fire. Physical attacks. Or is it the second phase of this fight that actually does lots of damage? Okay, so he's lost enough health. This fight's actually pretty annoying if you don't know what to do in Remake as well. Wow. Okay. Main artillery hits everybody for a small chunk of damage. Let's go ahead and heal up. Bolt. Fire. Sheesh. Big shot. I think that's it for this guy. Nope, not quite. Sensor cannon charging. Fire. Bolt. Physical attack. Alright. So that is part 1 of this 2-fight boss battle. Then we get this little turd. And it's gonna work pretty much the same. Bolt. Dang! Aerith is kind of like the powerhouse in actually dealing damage. Wow. Red is now asleep. I'm going to have Barrett cast Cure on Aerith. And then I'm going to have her just cast Bolt again. And Red's just going to stay asleep until he takes either physical damage or we smack him. And I don't feel like smacking him. Granted, though, Barrett probably won't do a whole lot of damage to him anyway. Okay, shoot Aerith. 55 damage, that's fine. We want her to do the damage. And you know what? I'll have Barrett shoot Red as well. And then I'll have Aerith use Healing Wind. Alright. We are healed up. Dang. He does a lot of damage. This next bolt from Aerith should be enough. No. Oh, whoa, that does a lot of damage. Ice. Bolt. Heal up Aerith. Never mind. No need to heal her. He's done. Alright. Another mithril armlet that we will never use. Alright, remove materia from members square. So that removes everything, and we're going to access our menu for Cloud. Alright, so I want poison and elemental on his weapon. Or do I want it paired with all? I think I want it paired with all, actually. And then let's see. Restore. and fire. And I think that's about it. Poison, all, restore, fire. Yeah, that's good. Just so I can work on getting a little bit more AP on these. That's the only reason I'm equipping those. Let's do this! Why do you want to fight me? You want the Promised Land and Sephiroth. That's right. Did you know that Sephiroth is an ancient? Whatever. I can't let either of you or Sephiroth have the Promised Land. I see. I guess we won't be allies. Boss fight number 3 of the video. Technically, it's number 2. Alright, so this guy is going to do that. We're going to cast Bio on the both of them. I don't think you can actually poison Rufus, but you can poison Darkstar. And that's the name of the dog. Oh, you can poison Rufus! Wow! Nice! And then, I'm just gonna use fire on the dog. Ah, screw you and your magic barrier. You're dead anyway. You don't have a whole lot of health. Alright. And now it's just us and Rufus. Poison's helping at least a little bit. This isn't a difficult fight either. And braver. This fight is actually a lot more fun in the remake. This is one of my favorite fights in the remake. And there we are. Yeah, that's all for today. And we get a Protect Vest and a Guard Source. Alright. Now, we just need to make our way down to Tifa. Actually, I'm going to save real quick. I don't think you can get into random battles at this point, but I do want to save. Just because. Save to Slot 8 for Episode 8. This is so nice. Where's Rufus? I couldn't finish him. This is going to get complicated. I'll go on ahead. Shit, we're surrounded. If I was alone, this wouldn't be a thing, but I got a reputation to protect. You all get out while you can. It's not you they're after, it's me. Yeah, well, that ain't happening. You got caught up in this over Marlene. Now it's my turn to help you. Okay, playtime's over, jackasses. Thank you, Mr. Barrett. Who you calling Mr. Barrett? That don't sound right. Well then, if you were through talking, may I suggest that we think of a way to get out of here? Huh? Oh yeah, you're cold, man. Just like someone else around here I know. Did you say something? Not a thing, so what are we gonna do? Barrett! Tifa, where's Cloud? Everyone over here. Huh? What's up? Where's Cloud? He's coming. Now hurry. There's not a lot of cutscenes in the game like this one, but I love them when they do show up. And I know it says to use the directional buttons, but using your, using your analog stick to move around makes it a lot easier. We're gonna go into the menu real quick. As I'm pretty sure, remove all and then arrange. Yeah, okay. So we are going to form our party using X. I want Aerith and Red with me. Back to the menu. And then I'm going to give Cloud Lightning, Elemental, and his weapon. Am I? Nah. I will give him Fire and Elemental and his armor. I'm going to give Aerith... I'm also going to give Cloud Restore All. Aerith is going to get Lightning and Ice. Red is going to get Poison and Fire. Fire, all. Okay, and then Cloud. Nope, I want Red to have cover. 1 sense and steel. And then I want Cloud to have the other sense. And I'm going to go ahead and throw the enemy skill on Aerith for the time being, even though we don't have any enemy skills to worry about. Alright, and let us go. This part is super annoying. I genuinely am not a fan of it. So just watch me fail. There we go. Yeah, alright. This is kind of a just time thing in general. We just have to make it to the end of the track without hopefully losing too much health. Because not only is losing health here detrimental to the minigame, it is detrimental because whatever health you lose during this minigame is how much health you have also lost at the beginning of the next boss fight. Yes, I said boss fight. Oh my god. Genuinely, I can't stand this. There we go. Stop it. Oh my god, I don't like this. It is so annoying. And there's a stupid mini game to have to do this again later with a certain score. Not fun. Oh my god. Get off of my friends. Assholes. Alright. So, they're gone. That's the boss. And he also hits us with a back attack as well. Luckily, Aerith and Red and Cloud themselves didn't lose too much damage, but Tifa and Barret did, which is probably a good thing because I don't have them in the party. But he hits us with a back attack, and his first attack will hit us all in the back, and it's going to fill up a good chunk of Cloud's limit break, and it's going to completely fill Aerith's and Red's. Oh, that didn't do a whole lot of damage, actually. Okay, first things first is I want to change everybody up back to the front row. Yes, they're all going to be taking more damage, but Their limits will fill up a little bit faster now. Sled Fang, use number 2. Good damage. He does have a flamethrower move. That's the one, Twin Burner. Pretty sure that hits everybody. Yes, that's the one that does damage. Healing Wind. Nice. Good heal. And then Bolt, attack. I don't think he has anything that you can steal from him. He's gonna die probably on Aerith's next Bolt anyway. But I'll have Red attempt to steal something. Yeah, I was right. Nothing to steal. Alright. But after the start and just making sure that you survive the start of this, whoa, that also does good damage against us. Like, lots of damage! Wow! I'll make sure Cloud cures us up. And Bolt again, attack. There we go. And that is the last of the boss fights in this episode. We've had one hell of a gauntlet of boss fights just to get out of Midgar. And there's our second star pendant. Well, what do we do now? Sephiroth is alive. I have to settle the score. Will that save the planet? It seems so. Then I'm going. I don't know if you guys can hear the birds tweeting in the background. I'll go too. There are things I need to know. About the ancients? Many things. I guess it's goodbye Midgar. Now we want to chat with everybody real quick. I'm going back to my hometown. I'll go with you as far as that. I guess this is the start of our journey. You hate traveling? I don't know, but I don't have anywhere else to go, so I guess it doesn't really matter whether I like to travel or not. You know what? This is the first time I've ever left Midgar. Really? Are you worried? A little. No, maybe a lot, but I have a bodyguard, right? We told Aerith's mom to go somewhere safe, so Marlene should be safe too. Yeah, she should be. She said she didn't want to stay in Midgar anymore. Maybe it's for the best. Then, let's go. We need a leader for our journey. Of course, that could only be me. You think so? I think it should be Cloud. Shit, alright. Go northeast to a town named Calm. If something happens, we'll meet up there. Besides, we can't all be strolling around out here. It's too dangerous. Let's split into 2 parties. And I'm going to go with probably one of my favorite early to mid-game parties, Cloud, Red 13, and Aerith. Yeah. We'll see you at Calm, later at Calm. And we are going to get to Calm after making a couple of executive decisions. Saving on the world map. On the world map, access the menu anytime and select save to save your game. So you don't need to be at a save point to save. when you're out here. As long as you're on the world map, you can save whenever you want. And that also means if you really need to, you can use a tent anywhere on the world map. And now, one of the first things we're going to be doing is we're going to learn our first enemy skill. So up around this rocky area, I do believe, near Calm, because Calm is right around here. You can see it right there. I want to get into a very specific battle. Not this one. So what we're going to do with this fight is we're just going to spam magic to kill these guys really quickly. So fire everyone and bolt everyone. That should be enough. I'll have Cloud attack regardless though. Okay, so these guys are kind of resistant to magic. I don't like that. Oh, we can still high potions. Cool. Ice. Fire. That should be enough. Yeah. Okay. So, first things first, Red 13 is not... Oh, never mind. He is a higher level than Cloud, so keeping steel on him is beneficial currently. Wow, I didn't think that would actually happen. He is a higher level than Cloud. So, Red 13 is going to be the one that I keep steel on for a good chunk of time until, for some reason, you know, he's not a higher level than Cloud. These are also not the guys. So, I'm going to have Red, Steel, and Cloud perform Braver, and then Aerith to cast Bolt. Nice on the damage. Red 13 with Sled Fang. Let's see. Cloud with a regular attack. Red with an attempt to steal. And Aerith with a physical attack. There we go. Alright. And again, just gonna be, you know, trying to get one specific fight. I do believe Aerith is the one with the enemy skill. However, the enemy skill we're looking for is going to hit the whole party regardless. Oh, we want to kill the bandits quickly. Magic. Guard source was stolen. Yeah, no, kill him. Kill him quickly. And a tent? Oh my god. So we got our guard source back, and we got our tent back. Okay, I need to make sure to at least use the guard source before we get into another fight with these little shits. Oh my god. There's my guard source. Anytime you have a source, use it on Cloud. He is kind of the most important damage dealer in the game, and keeping him alive and doing more damage with him is always beneficial, and we can farm for sources later. Good grief. Maybe we will run into the enemy a little bit more likely over here, away from Calm and closer to Midgard. If I have to, I will cut out repeat fights until we come across the one guy that the set of guys that I'm looking for. So yeah, I will see you guys when I get into a fight with the turds I'm looking for. I'll be right back. Here we are. These are the guys I'm looking for. Alright, so we're just gonna wait for them to use the skill that I want them to use, and just take my turn. Anytime Red 13 has a turn, we want to attempt to steal something from one of them. There's Mantra Magic. And Aerith learned enemy skill Mantra Magic. Couldn't steal anything. Magic Bolt. Kill one of them. And have Aerith try to take care of the other one. Dang. Okay, Steal, and I'll have Cloud heal us up. Never mind. Okay, so there's the Atomic Scissors. That is another weapon for... Oh my god. Heal us, please. Mantra Magic is kicking my butt. Alright. Now, the Atomic Scissors is another weapon for Barret. And so Barret's weapons are not always long-range weapons, like his Gatling gun that he started off with, or his assault gun that he currently has. He also gets close-range melee weapons as well. You can buy a cannonball up here in Calm for him. However, the Atomic Scissors are a stronger version of the cannonball. And Material Aerith. She now has Mantra Magic. You can see the one filled-in star, and it scrolls through, and you can occasionally see Mantra Magic. Mantra Magic is a non-elemental enemy skill, so it doesn't do any innate damage. It doesn't do any innate elemental damage. It is non-elemental. It hits for non-elemental damage. So it doesn't matter if an enemy is resistant to any element like fire, ice, thunder, or earth damage. Mantra Magic will hit pretty hard, and the higher your magic stat is, the better it is. And I'll get into another fight real quick to show you how much it costs, because it's pretty cheap, actually, compared to other enemy skills. So I'm going to go over to Aerith, and we're going to scroll down to Mantra Magic. It costs 8 MP. It is very cheap. Yes, it costs more than our current spells, like Cure and Fire and stuff. But in general, it's not all that expensive. It is very spammable, and it is the magic that we will be using in a cave later. And it's not too far off, maybe a couple episodes, another 2 or 3 probably. And we will be using that specific cave to farm kills for each character for them to learn the next limit. And by that, so Cloud needs to get X amount of kills now in order for him to learn the first of his level 2 limit breaks. And I will be farming those off screen. And I'll do the same thing for Red 13 and Aerith and Barret and Tifa. And then later on, I'll be returning to that same cave to get really fast, easy kills with the characters that we'll be getting later on. However, I'm not going to be doing that right now. Like I said, it's going to be about another 2 or 3 episodes before we even get to where we can do that. So again, not really going to worry about it too much. And now, we will go into Calm. We've reached Calm. We're supposed to meet at the end. Shall we go? Well then, I'll go on ahead. And, at this point, so what I'm going to do before I actually proceed with the next episode, because the next episode is going to be where we learn about this history between Cloud and Sephiroth. And before we do that, I'm just going to walk out onto the world map. Oh no, I can't do that. Oh well, I should have saved before coming in here. Regardless, I'll see you guys in the next episode, so you all have a great day. Ow. Peace out.